Hello everyone and welcome on in. It's time for the finals. We have Abundant Adrenaline against Brainy Break. Now, you haven't seen Brainy Break today, but they have been on they've also been on a win streak to be able to get up into the grand finals, and Abundant Adrenaline have been doing well, they've been doing pretty well as well. I shall have to say. It's time for the grand finals. Although I will say in the last round, so this is obviously it was round robin, it's a rematch. Abundant Adrenaline did take Brainy Break 3-1 in the last round, so they're fresh out of that, but both teams know what they've been doing, what they're good at, what they're maybe not so good at, and they're gonna bring this as we go into game one. Clam Blitz on Barnacle and Dime. That long loading time made me a little bit worried, but I think we are in the clear. Let's see what they bring out. And Brainy Break going almost a full shooter comp just with the miner on the Julies instead. Then you could also on the same on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, they just have got a Clash Blaster instead of their only non-shooter weapons, which both of those, let's be honest, they're pretty close to being shooters anyway. So almost seeing quad shooter comps coming out from both of these two teams. Very matched up there in an early try. Zuka is going to try and find its mark on some of the members of Abundant Adrenaline, but with a few players down, that might not... No connection whatsoever. But is that going to be crack and cheese? One player jumps on in. It's going to go that basket break. Mara is going to be there to get that on in. But will that be the end of the push? Is Kyoto going to get any clams in? They are going to get a few clams in, all the way down to 71 points. Not a immense first push, but certainly a good one to get started. It's not just a 80 push, but now Miner getting up into Peter's face, gets that splat on to them. But then Kyoto sees Miner, takes them on out, and makes sure they're going to go back to the spawn pad now. And now Kyoto, they're trying to find ways to make sure that Brainy Break doesn't get a push going on into them, but just constantly just making sure that they're away, just constantly doing pressure, doing things to make sure, you know, they're in a safe position. They're doing things that work all right to them, but two players do go down on the side of Brainy Break. That might give Abundant Adrenaline another chance to push again, but two players going down on their own side. That's going to make it hard to push. Another Kraken is going to come out. Is Peter going to jump to it? Yes, they are. They're going to be close enough. Well, if they swim, they will be. And that's the basket broken again. Going all the way down 65. Andreas still up in their base. Still making some havoc there. But they're going to go and jump on back to safety as the Pity Clam gets picked up by Trixie. And Brainy Break looks at trying to make another attempt at a counter push, but can this one go into their favor? We'll have to see. Two power clams are in their possession on the side of Brainy Break, and Abundant Adrenaline looking to try and get on the defense. They do have a player down. Trizukas is going to get out. Ice, they're going to go back to the spawn pad. The Kyodai is then going to go back down. Trixie, are they going to be able to break the basket? Yes, they are, but Andreas is going to take them on out. And now, Miner looking at trying to get a push ongoing, but they're taken on out. Is that going to be a power gun gone in? Yes, it is, and that's going to be the lead switch going on into Brainy Break by just a hair's breadth. Just that one power clam separating them two. But yeah, if Abundant Adrenaline wants to take back the lead, they need to get a power clam as well as one more additional clam to take back the lead into their favor. But judging based on all the Kraken we've been seeing so far throughout this game, I think that it's very likely to happen as a power clam does get picked on up by the side of Brainy Break. But with 3 players down on Brainy Break, Abundant Adrenaline looking at having something happen. Kyodai gets the bomb splat onto them. They've got 7 clams to their name, looking at maybe getting something happen, but 2 power clams go on into the basket. That is definitely going to be a lead switch, and more clams is going to get on followed on up. They're going to go all the way down to 15 clams. 12. Are they going to get the KO? Yes, they are. And Abundant Adrenaline takes home game number 1. Congratulations to them getting a very solid smack down at the end of that game. Just to, you know, a KO is a good way to end the game if you ask me. And now let's take a look at the rest of the games we'll be seeing throughout this set. It is a best of 7, and, you know, from memory, I don't think, yeah, our system isn't built for 7 games. You can still kind of see it though. It goes a bit off the page. But we, as you just saw, we do had Barnacle and Dime on Clam Blitz. Abundant Adrenaline did take that one home. After that, we got Crableg Capital on Tower Control, followed by Shipshape Cargo on Splat Zones. Humpback Pump Track on a Rainmaker. Then, if we get up to it, we got Robo ROM-en on Clam Blitz, Tower Control on MakoMart, and then to round it all up, if we get up to a game 7, and I can assure you by that point, my voice will be thoroughly dead. It'll be Crableg Capital on Splat Zones. All right. Crableg Tower Control. Now this map mode, unlike all the other variants of Crableg Capital, this is where you use the grates the most. Because it's where the tower goes, so you have to be there. You have to use the grates to your advantage, and I believe it's the only way to really push up into the enemy's base is to go on the grates. So you haven't really got much choice. So you really gonna have to see some weapons that kind of work well on grates. You expect to see maybe some splat, maybe not. You won't see some stringers, but you'll definitely see some splatlings. You might see, well, based on what we've seen these 2 teams pop out, probably gonna see the blasters come out, and then the rest are gonna be shooters. Let's not kid ourselves here. There will be shooters. There will be a lot of shooters, but we'll find out exactly what these 2 teams are going to bring out as we are heading into game number 2 of the grand finals of the IDTGA All Stars. Alrighty, let's see what these 2 teams are bringing on in. Ferrari goes and switches on to the regular blaster, and then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, going to see a ballpoint is going to get switched out from the side of Andreas, as well as the T-Tech Splattershot's going to come out for Abundant Adrenaline as well. But 2 players down, going out early against the side of Brainy Break. That's going to give Abundant Adrenaline a very early first bit of control there, but they're not going to be able to do too much, as still the members of Brainy Break just making havoc, making damage, just making sure that Abundant Adrenaline can't capitalize too much on maybe some of their misfalls. But Trixie gets taken out by Kyoto's Clash Blaster, as Andreas gets taken out by a Splat Bomb right in front of their very eyes. And 2 players down the side of Brainy Break. That will be the end of that first push, but then 2 players also go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Maybe they'll be able to continue up their push. Yes, they are, as they're looking at clearing out that first checkpoint. Trixie just managing to stay alive until the checkpoint was cleared there. But that will certainly help them at making a push later on to their game. Having that first checkpoint cleared will give them that advantage there. And now Crab out here from Minor, but now they're caught out on Enemy Inc. They get taken on out, and 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break looking at making another push on the tower. Now that they've cleared through that first checkpoint, they just go and slide on past that as they get even more points to their name. Heading on in to the second checkpoint, and now Brainy Break, 2 players down, does get that spot on Tamara, but Kyodai with the Clash Blaster takes them out instead. Minor then also goes down to Kyodai's Clash Blaster, and Trizuka is at the ready. Are they going to be able to, are they going to use it? Trixie goes down to Kyodai's Clash Blaster. And there's another going to go down. A trade between Minor and Kyodai will be the end of Kyodai's Clash Blaster mayhem, as Mara trying to clear the first checkpoint for the side of Abundant Adrenaline. They aren't able to do that, however. And now, ICS, they've got the big bubbler at the ready. They're looking to find a good position to place it, to make sure that they can use it to its full potential. And that's a great spot for you to use it. Just sitting in a position that can make a bit of havoc, but also now you have that bit more of a defensive option that wasn't exactly there before on that area of the map. Kyodai getting those splats with the Trizuka. Kyodai just constantly keeping up the splats, making sure their splat count is going to be the highest by the end of this game, but they get then taken out by Trixie, which who also gets taken on out. Abundant Adrenaline now trying to just defend against Brainy Break's aggression. They're just constantly making more and more pushes, constantly just making havoc there. Wave Breaker does come out from Ferrari as they get that split on Tamara and onto Peter. Can they connect more shots? They see the Clash Blaster, but can they one-shot it against the rapidness that the Clash Blaster just gives? And the answer, just frankly, no. As Abundant Adrenaline heads on in to the first checkpoint, looking to clear it, and yes, they do. But just moments after, wipeout will send them all back to the spawn pad, giving Brainy Break a lot of opportunities to get their paint going, to get some aggression going, and to get that tower going even further. Now, 3 players down against Brainy Break. And that will be the end of that push from Abundant Adrenaline as more of them try to jump in. But going in one at a time is just going to add to Abundant Adrenaline's splat count. As we're heading into the final 30 seconds, they start to set up for their final counter push here. As Brainy Break just focused on taking out as many members of Abundant Adrenaline as they can, so they make sure they don't get any form of push going or any way that can compete with them. And now they are moving on closer. Are they going to be able to take the lead? Yes, they are. Can Brainy Break get there in time? The triple ink strike just on the tower, making sure that no squids or octolings can make it to the tower, giving Abundant Adrenaline game number 2. Congratulations to them. And that does mean we'll be moving on to game number 3. 2 more games for Abundant Adrenaline, and they will take home the tournament and be your 2024 IDTGA All-Stars. The title that is only, well, the 2024 All-Stars will only be shared within you, but only a few other people have only ever gone on the All-Star title. So it's a very, very rare title to have. And these players, they're fighting over it. Shipshape zones. What is there to say about this? It's a zone. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. No, but in all honesty, the main thing about this zone, obviously, is that you have the overhangs right over the zone, which, you know, you don't really get in many other maps, like having the overhead just be right there, which, you know, makes it very good for a lot of blasters, for a lot of sloshes. But, you know, we haven't seen any sloshes from the entire tournament today, so don't expect that to come. But the blasters, expect to see them. Can maybe expect to see Mara come out with either the crack-on roller or maybe even the carbon roller, just because you can just come down from those ledges and just go and splat any member on in the zone and capitalize on that. And just, what else? Yeah, those are the main. What else we? I don't know what else we could see out of a change for these teams. It's a tri-stringer probably will do. Tri-string and Splatling are probably even in terms of what they could do on this map, but I don't know. What will these two teams pull on out here on game number 3? The ballpoint is going to come out from the side of Brainy Break. And then on Abundant Adrenaline. Yep, the Clash Blaster, as always, going to see his return. But Andreas is going to go onto the Forged... No, just the plain Splattershot Pro, which is going to bring you that Crab and Line Marker. And a very early control has been seeing for all these games from Brainy Break. But Abundant Adrenaline is... from all those last games, we're just able to just retake and maintain that control for so long. As we see right there, yeah, Brainy Break got that early 74 lead, but now Abundant Adrenaline, both teams 2 players down, but Andreas just being a crab in the middle of the zone is going to send away any moment or any opportunity for Brainy Break to find a way to get into the zone, but the Inkjet gonna narrowly scrape into that direct and send them back to the spawn pad. But a great splat from them there. Ferrari does also get that splat onto Peter. It's gonna try and get that penalty point on cleared. Kyodai trying to eye off Ferrari's ballpoint there, but is not able to connect the shots. And now looking at zone dancing over neutral. 1 point separated those two, but Abundant Adrenaline managed to take back the zone, making sure that Brainy Break did not get any more points than they had to. Peter goes down to Trixie as the penalty is cleared from Abundant Adrenaline's score. 2 players only left alive. However, are they going to be able to maintain it? But Brainy Break then also goes 2 players down. They might be able to retake the zone as Peter goes and paints over it, giving the zone control back over to Abundant Adrenaline. But Brainy Break coming out with 2 specials, but not going to be able to retake the zone with it, unfortunately. As Ice Ice then goes down to the Kyodai Splat Bomb. Kyodai just getting so many splats with their subs. A great way of using it. You know, it's a bomb you might want to get some splats with, and they're showing us how well they can do that. Abundant Adrenaline just constantly, though, they're getting their count, they're getting more points, all the way down to 17. 3 players down, though. They're not going to be able to further that lead as Brainy Break easily takes control of the zone there. Now, the double bomb, but Trixie just managing to avoid that. And now, is Peter going to be able to make that a second splat? No. Trixie opts maybe to back out, but a mini pincer attack. They are going to get that splat on to Peter there. And 2 players are down on the side of Brainy Break. Getting those jumps in will certainly help them get the back quicker. As Brainy Break just holding over the zone. 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. They might be able to take back the lead with a few points, and there we go. There is the lead, but are they going to be able to hold on to the KO? Are they going to be able to keep hold of the game? They are going to maintain control there, but with only 1 player left alive and 3 on the enemies. That will be a lead switch over and probably keep that on going. My mind is also going insane. I'm thinking of lots of. It's going insane. But Andreas here with the pro gets the crab going. The inkjet though sees them and pops them out at the same time. Is going to cancel out that crab. Is Andreas going to stay alive with the crab? Just with the inkjet just constantly firing at them. Yes, they are. Can Andreas hold off the members of Brainy Break from taking the zone? Yes, they can. Taking them on out and getting the KO. Getting the third game straight into their control and their favor. Putting them at 3-0. Because that's how numbers work. Now, if you are Brainy Break, you are not in a great position. You still have an opportunity. The reverse sweep is now on the table. But will you take it? It was seen that in the last set that Abundant Adrenaline and Brainy Break did play against each other, Brainy Break did take a game from Abundant Adrenaline. But will they be able to do that again when the time is needed the most? Or will the Abundant Adrenaline just show how much adrenaline they have in their system and just keep on rolling over Brainy Break as we go into Humpback Pump Track on Rainmaker? I don't even know what to expect at this point. My mind is going into shambles. Reverse sweep? Is that what people are wanting? Is that what people are expecting? It could happen. I've seen many a reverse sweep in my time, and it's always on the table. But we'll have to see. You'll need to go to the end of that game, and whoa, okay. Dapple Productions with the raid. Thank you, everyone, and welcome on into the IDTGA All-Stars. If you want a quick recap, essentially, to be an All-Star, to qualify, you need to have 1,000 signal strength, which is the same as either winning 5 tournaments, 5 seasons of IDTGA, or by playing in at least 10. So these are people who they've had a lot of experience at being in a variety of team comps, and we are at grand finals match point for Abundant Adrenaline, and it's time for Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, and we'll see what these two teams can bring on into the battle. And all going to see some new weapons we haven't seen from these players throughout the entire tournament. Ferrari going to bring on out the Tri-Slosher. And going to see a Mini going to come out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Definitely an interesting pick, but a double is going to come on out to there, getting them 2 players down. That is going to give Brainy Break a bit of advantage over the field. Maybe give them some opportunity to get through that first checkpoint. But no, there's a player standing right there, making sure that they don't get that Rainmaker anywhere past the middle of the map. But 2 players, again, going down on Abundant Adrenaline. Make that 3, as they're going to look at pushing that Rainmaker up to the first checkpoint. And Trixie going on in ham with that hammer, easily allowing the members of Brainy Break to clear through that first checkpoint, putting them in a very good position early to the map. Miner picks up the Rainmaker, gets taken out on early by Peter. And now Trixie with the wiper looking at getting the spot, but Iciest actually got that pick there. Maybe now they're trying to look at getting that Rainmaker even further, try and get a bit more damage. They do have the triple ink strike there, but no, the Zuka is gonna take out the Rainmaker. Great timing there. Iciest is gonna get a few more points onto the board, but they know they drop on down, and the Zuka is gonna rain down from the heavens, taking them straight on out. And a wipeout now is going to give Abundant Adrenaline the opportunity to get the counter push that they've been looking for this entire game now. This could be the opportunity if they can get the turf, if they can get the picks, if they can get the specials, they might be able to have something. Mara looking at clearing that first checkpoint. They do clear it, taking themselves out in the process, but Abundant Adrenaline now 3 players down. Make that a soft wipe now as Brainy Break picks up the Rainmaker once again. Iciest did not see the suction bomb, taking them on out right there by Peter. And Peter just here, they want to take out that Rainmaker. They have the Trizuka. Are they going to be able to take them out? No, they are not. Miner takes them out instead with the Rainmaker, and they're going to look at pushing that Rainmaker even further, but they get taken on out by the Splat Bomb. Stopped right on in their tracks, but 2 players down now on the side of Brainy Break. That might be the end, but no, 3 players then go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, getting Brainy Break to go even further, all the way down to 8 points remaining. That is going to be an incredible push for Abundant Adrenaline to get that counter push going, but they are going for the push over to the left, maybe looking at getting that flank push going, but Ferrari is going to help and try and get that pincer attack onto the Rainmaker, stopping it in its tracks. They only got it down to 42, but remember, in Rainmaker, it doesn't matter how good of a push you make. All you need to do is take home the lead. And Ferrari going to take on out Mara, but Kyoto is going to take them back out in retaliation. And now, just trying to find something to happen, trying to make things work. Both teams just pushing and pulling against each other at this point, trying to see what routes are available, trying to see what can happen, trying to see what bombs might make its picks as Andreas gets that splat there, and the Rainmaker gets reset back to the center of the map. The hammer is going to go and get popped on out, is going to make a straight on path and get that smack down onto Ferrari, and Andreas is going to get another spot, but the Rainmaker doing its own thing in the back court there. Brainy Break is going to briefly pick it up, but they're going to get shut on down, and now Andreas, they have the Rainmaker. They want to push it further, but a Tri-Slosher to the face will stop that right there as Ferrari stops them in the tracks. Get Kyodai added to their splat total as well, getting more trades, getting more picks, and making more damage. And another splat on Tomorrow there with the inkjet with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Abundant Adrenaline needs to take out the Rainmaker, and a hammer will do that. Now, 10 seconds left on the clock. We are going to see this match head on into overtime. If Brainy Break, the hammer comes out and takes the Rainmaker, and that will be the game. Brainy Break might have the start of a reverse sweep coming. It's a good way to get it started, taking home this game. But they've still got another whole 3 games before they can consider that this tournament might be theirs. Now, we're done over there. The Humpback pump track has been cleared out of the way. Now it's time for Robo ROM-en Clam Blitz. It's... What do I like to say about this variant of the map? It's nice how there's that flank over to the right? But it's not really ever a flank to take your clamps. It's a flank for you to take your players, to just get on the other side of the team and make a bit of havoc, do a bit of damage, make something happen. And with weapons that can really do some damage. Let's take a look at the weapons that these players have opted to maybe choose that they might bring in. From this, yeah, we're probably expecting this. Well, you know, some things just never change. Might see Ferrari actually decide to bring out the Stamper or even the Machine just to get those flanks on the aggression. And then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, could see maybe a change to... Where could we see a change? Maybe Andreas goes over to the Tri-Stringer. Can be quite good and quite useful, especially when you get perched up onto your snipe and just being able to quickly go and shoot your shots all the way into mid. Gives them a lot of opportunities there for them to maybe choose that, pick that. But they'll need to do that. They'll need to counterplay against each other. And now we're up to game number 5. Robo, ROM-en, Clam Blitz. Abundant Adrenaline still sitting at match point. Brainy Break looking to start their own reverse sweep. What will these two teams do in the game? And, Ferrari is going to go and stick on with the Tri-Slosher. But also on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, they're going to opt to bring in the Heavy Splatling. Good pick for them there. But as we've seen from Abundant Adrenaline a lot today, they like to bring in the 96 Gal Deco, which I'm sure a lot of you know, will have that Kraken cheese. So expect to see super jumps coming on in there as two players do go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break looking at getting some clams, looking at getting something happening here. There goes the first Kraken of the match, and ICS Dice sees them. They get the opportunity and they are going to shoot that clam straight on into the basket, getting an early lead at 1 minute into this game, but without much to follow it up on. That is a very easy thing for Abundant Adrenaline to just retake and take back control, especially with Kyodai getting that spot onto ICS Sized, and Peter right up in the face of Brainy Break with that power clam. But are they going to be able to deliver it into the pedestal? They do get that splat, and now the path is almost paid for them. They go and jump, they score it in, but they're going to need to follow up with something more if they want to take home the lead. Mara here, but they get stuck on Ink, and Miner punishes them right then and there. So Brainy Break is going to go and hold on to that lead by a slim margin. Keep that maintained up into their favor. And now Peter looking at trying to get ICS Eyes, but they don't see Ferrari right on their back. They're going to get taken on out by them. And now Ferrari gets another splat on Tamara. A Kraken has popped out, and wisely they decide to get on the only player who had that, Kyodai. And now Peter is going to try and do something happen. ICS picks up the Rainmaker, the Power Clan, but they are all down and dropped. And 3 players down. Unfortunately, being down there, not much is going to happen. They get the jump, but are they going to be able to open the basket? They do a very odd throw, which misses, but Miner gets the dodge rolls to get both of those power clams in, getting them all the way down to 30 points remaining, albeit a wipeout in the process, but still a very great push for them to be in a great position for them to be in. But Peter gets that splat on to Miner, and now Ferrari again just doing a lot of damage with that Tri-Slosher. Gets the splat onto Kyodai, gets the splat onto Andreas. Can they make that a triple? Gets the Inkjet out. Are they going to get the splat onto Peter as well? Yes, they are. Can they make it a quad? They see Mara. Are they going to do anything there? But Mara's on their jump. They are there to punish them. But Mara gets punished instead. Now 2 players are down on the side of Brainy Break and Abundant Adrenaline. The Kraken comes out. And they do have that power clam in Razorn. The jumps come out. The basket gets broken. And another power clam doesn't go in. They do manage to get it stopped right before it gets to that point. And now with only 1 player left alive on the side of Brainy Break, Abundant Adrenaline looking to finally get a good counter push going. Getting some splats, Iciest going down. But the only carrier who had the power clam goes down, and the power clam drops on down into the dungeon there. And now with a minute left on the clock, Abundant Adrenaline are desperately looking at getting some clams scored into Brainy Break's basket. And they need to have something, and they need to do things now if they want that to happen. They don't have long to do so. A Kraken comes out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Peter watching that Kraken, and there they go, there with the jump. Are they going to be able to open the basket? No, they are not. They get shut on down by the Kraken, but Brainy Break, Ferrari is the only one left alive. They're still going to be able to defend. They're going to be able to hold on. They're going to make sure that no power clamp is going to go in. But there we go. There's the basket broken. The Splattershot Jr. up all the way in spawn. The only member left alive. That will be the end of that push for Abundant Adrenaline. And unless they can get a power clam made very quickly, that will be another game going into Brainy Break's favor. They're going. They're keeping up the reverse lead. They might be able to continue it. They're doing well. We'll have to see. And we'll take another look back at what we'll be seeing next on the map list. Excuse the extended overlays. These aren't built for a best of 7. We normally just do a best of 5 here. But next up, we'll be seeing a tower control on MakoMart. Now, Abundant Adrenaline, they did take home Crableg Capital tower control. So they do, but they also took home the first Clan Blitz game, Barnacle and Dime. So Brainy Break, now that they've seen how they've played in their different modes in this room, maybe they're looking at trying to get that retake on going. But also, Brainy Break has only really taken control of the modes that are like aggressive favored, as in you have control, full control over the objective. Now we're returning to more of the modes that you don't have so much control, and you physically have to be on the tower. The zone doesn't move. So we've seen how well they've been doing in these modes where they have absolute control over the objective. But now as we move back to the modes where you don't have that control as much, but they're also on a winning streak, it really could go either way, you know. I just don't know what to expect here. Although I do expect to see, you know, some things that have been carbon copy about what these players, obviously Kyodai will return with that Clash Blast and continually make havoc with that. We'll probably see a few shots come out from both sides, but we'll get to see that right now as we're going into game number 6, the grand finals. I'm going to see a tri-stringer is going to come out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. And Brainy Break, seeing that how well these last 2 games have been going, they're gonna keep up their comp that they've been going so far. And Abundant Adrenaline though, they take first control of the tower, but they then go 2 players down. That's gonna now give Brainy Break an opportunity to retake control and get control over mid now. And now they have control of the tower, looking at maybe pushing that a bit further or just getting up some paint, maybe being able to secure their area first so they know they can really get a push going. They can really get a lockdown started, and they have something in the works. Trixie over here on the back line with the heavy splatling, looking at to maybe have something happen. They do get the Kraken on out, looking at getting some of those picks there, but with only a few seconds left before that goes and despawns, they opt to wisely back on out of there. But the Trizuka aiming straight at their face, narrowly avoiding that, narrowly keeping their life in the process as Abundant Adrenaline heads on in to the first checkpoint. But the double bomb splat onto Peter and Mara is certainly going to work into Brainy Break's favor. Now 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break wants to get the checkpoint into their favor now as they look at on it, and with Trixie on the towers, the Kraken, they're going to get pushed off, however, by the triple ink strike there. But it is going to be enough for them to clear through that checkpoint, which is going to put them at a good advantage going in for the rest of the game. And now, Ferrari gets the splat onto Mara with the inkjet, looking at maybe to get something else going, maybe to get a few more splats. Maybe they'll consider even a flank though. But the first thing they need to consider is to make sure the members all around the tower on the side of Abundant Adrenaline are out of there. They're just making sure they're on the edge here. They're watching, they know where they are. They're just making sure, but Kyodai has the advantage. The Tri-Slosh's biggest range is the height, but the shots can go. And Kyodai gets that splat as well onto Trixie. 2 in a row going on to their name there. And now Kyodai looking to do something, but they get taken out on it by Minor. Everyone dancing around the tower on the checkpoint. And that is going to go get on set back to the middle of the map. No team really having a solid lead so far. 59, certainly a good lead, but not exactly a solid lead as 2 players go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. That's going to give Brainy Break a little bit of an advantage here as they go and push the tower forward. Now, triple ink strike is ready on the side of RCS Ice. They have that ready. They're looking at firing that forward. They're looking at maybe trying to help something have some movement going. But with the flank out there from Peter, getting 3 members down, make that, no, not 4 yet. Oh no, it is 4 as they get taken out on the ledge there. But now, Abundant Adrenaline, they want the lead back into their favor. They want control. They want to end this tournament right here, but Ferrari isn't saying anything to that as they take out the member dancing on the tower. Now, Brainy Break trying to get that tower reset back to the middle. Minor pops out with the crab, looking to really get some splats, really displace those members of Abundant Adrenaline. Peter there eyeing off the flank, but they get spotted on out. It's a constant espionage war here in the supermarket as both teams just constantly trying to see where each other are, trying to scope out where they could be. And they're just sneaking alongside each other. Trixie comes on in with the Kraken, hops onto the tower, tries to look for Christ believers. And now, I don't know where that came from. I am very sleep deprived right now. I hope you excuse me. A few seconds left on the clock. And will they just triple ink strikes going everywhere? And that will be the game for Brainy Break. Setting it to 3-3. They really could get that reverse sweep. They are now at the point. They're now at match point themselves. It's coming. It's coming along, ladies and gentlemen. With my mental health suffering in the process. But it's here. Game number 7 of the grand finals of this yearly tournament. It really, as a TO, it couldn't go on any better. As someone who has been awake since 11 a.m. yesterday, nearly 23 hours of eyes awakeness. I don't know how long I can handle this for. This better, well, good thing it's the last game then, I should say. But here we are. Teams have been lined on. Oh. Nope, they went back. They went back. Did they do a mistake? I'm waiting. Give me some confirmation. Give me some light of day. What are they saying in their chat? No, there we go. Come on. There we go. Now they're locked in. The countdown has begun. Thank you for putting the tournament together. No problem. It is a joy putting them together and, you know, giving you guys an opportunity. Because, you know, free agents, you don't always get regular opportunities for all of you to be put together into one tournament. Although that next one won't be till April. So we've got something special coming in March. I'll talk a bit more about that after this game. It's the last game of the tournament. Game numero 7. You can barely see it on the corner of the screen, half cut out there. Crableg capital on Splat zones. Yeah, the point favor. 71% of you voted for the abundant adrenalines, and now here we are. It could really go any way right now. But time will have to tell us what the result will be. I'm gonna have to find that out very, very shortly. As soon as these teams have locked themselves on in, fastened their seatbelts. Well, not fastened their seatbelts, fastened their ink tanks, I should say. Locked in their weapons. And make sure their special charge up is all ready to go. It is here. It is time. The game number 7 of the IDTGA All-Stars. Brainy Break against Abundant Adrenaline. What comp changes do we have here? And I can almost say, with the exception of the ballpoint, is the only change we're seeing on the field here. Hype is flowing on into the chat as the first control of the game goes into the favor of Brainy Break. But they don't hold control for very long as they go a player down, but also Abundant Adrenaline goes a player down. That gives them the ability to maintain control for a bit longer. Andreas pops out the inkjet, looking to get players, looking to get some splats, but they go and jump themselves on out to a bit more safety. Brainy Break 2 players down as Abundant Adrenaline takes control of the zone, giving a 17-point on penalty. Peter looking at trying to punish on that inkjet, and they got punished indeed. Zone in neutral, and with only one member left alive on the side of Brainy Break, that is going to be a very easy cap for them. And with that member also going to, that's going to make it a soft wipe against Brainy Break as Abundant Adrenaline takes the lead into their favor. And now looking to get some more spots, making to displace the members of Brainy Break. Try Zuka, and a wipeout is going to allow Abundant Adrenaline to get a lot more points onto the board. They're going to get those all the way down into the 30s. I'll play it down on both sides now. Crab is ready from Miner, and they're going to want to set that zone into neutral. They're going to try and cap it into their favor. But with 3 members behind, Trixie does get that splat onto Peter. They want to get more splats though so they can stop the members from painting that zone. But is that going to be the game? And yes, it is! Abundant Adrenaline narrowly stopping Brainy Break from getting that reverse sweep, stopping them at the last opportunity. And they will become your IDTGA All-Stars for 2024. Congratulations. And, whoa, what a set. I was not expecting that to go up to a Game 7. And while I am glad, I'm also very, very tired. So we will be doing a very quick wrap up. If I can type some letters into this, give me 1 second because I need to type things, and I cannot type and think at the same time with this mindset. But I can type so much quicker if I'm not talking. It is insane. But congratulations to Abundant Adrenaline. You are the All-Star Champions. And yes, I will certainly be sleeping after this. But what you guys should certainly not sleep on is for the entire duration of March, we've got a special event for you. And that's going to be the Creator Clash. And it's going to be a little bit different this season. We've had 2 previous seasons of the Creator Clash, obviously very different to what we normally run here at Off the Dial IDTGA. But now that's only one half. Now we've got a whole separate section for the Creator Clash. And we're calling it, we've got the Creator Clash Showdown. Which is pretty much, it's a 4v4 where the game change every single game and become more and more crazier as the set progresses. And as an added bonus, guys, as chat, you will have some control over the event. That's not something you get to see in an event like this. And that'll happen 3 times over the course of 3 weeks, and then it'll end out with your standard Creator Clash called, renaming that over to the Creator Clash Royale. That will happen all in March. More details will be occurring on our Twitter. You can see it right there at Off the Dial, underscores between those 2 letters. You can also check that out on the Discord. We'll be posting all that, but we'll get more information confirmed once we know the exact roster of all the creators who will be coming on into the Creator Clash. So stay tuned on for that. But for now, thanks everyone for coming along for the All-Stars. We'll see you in March for the Creator Clash. See you then.